Hello and welcome to week 13 of Jazz Pop and Rock. Hard to believe our second listening exam is just 2 weeks away, but here it is. The study guide will be posted by Friday of this week, and the review video will be up early next week to give you as much opportunity to interact with the content as possible. As a reminder, the video will be taken down at midnight the night before the exam, so be sure that you have watched the video by November 29th to get help with the study guide answers. This week our focus will be on two modern rappers that have recently had their come-ups and are still making big splashes in hip-hop today, Rapsody and A Boogie with the Hood. Our video for this week also comes from Netflix with their show Rapture, specifically the episodes titled Rapsody Raising the Bars and A Boogie with the Hoodie Uptown Baby. We will start our discussion with Rapsody's rise to fame and the impact she is making in the hip-hop world. Born Marlena Evans, Rapsody grew up in Snow Hill, North Carolina. She began her rap career at North Carolina State University, where she joined two rap groups, H2O and Cooley High. It was with the latter group that she would meet with producer Ninth Wonder in 2004. Cooley High would release the album The Dream Merchant Volume 2, which was Ninth Wonder's second album at the time. In 2008, Evans launched her solo career after signing with the It's a Wonderful World music group led by Ninth Wonder. Her mixtape Return of the B-Girl in 2010 catapulted her career. B-boys and B-girls were terms used by breakdancer groups. Each crew had a leading B-boy or B-girl that was their best dancer. In 2011, Rapsody went on tour with Mac Miller and released the album For Everything later that same year. This album was notable for its features of Kendrick Lamar and Freeway. Kendrick Lamar had asked her to be the only featured rapper on his album to pimp Butterfly on the song Complexion A Zulu Love. In 2016, Rapsody signed with Roc Nation and Jay-Z to put out the Grammy-nominated album Layla's Wisdom. Rapsody is a staunch believer in the phrase culture over everything, which aims to reach the audience of her own people, not focus on commercial success or money. As a performer, Rapsody seeks to show a more modest side to womanhood and speak about true experiences rather than have flashier outfits do the talking for her as some other artists do. She is heralded as one of the great female lyricists and has some powerful songs like Layla's Wisdom. This song, in fact, is one of our listening exam materials. The other is Complexion A Zulu Love from To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar featuring Rapsody. As a general rule of thumb, I won't be featuring Kendrick's verses on the exam, though they are wonderful. The second focus for this week is on one of my favorite newer artists, A Boogie with the Hoodie. Born artist Julius Dubose in the Highbridge area of the Bronx in 1995, A Boogie got his start rapping ciphers in high school. Ciphers are freestyle rap circles that began in Washington Square Park in New York City. Biggie Smalls also got his start doing ciphers. Ciphers were actually a big focus of Rudy Giuliani's election campaign as mayor of New York and were driven underground after they were flushed out of Washington Square Park in 1994. A Boogie had some troubles and got arrested a few times, so his parents sent him to Florida to live with family to set him straight. He attended school in Fort Pierce, Florida, and was kept under house arrest. It was while he was in Florida that he started focusing heavily on music. A Boogie built an amateur studio inside of his apartment with a recording booth in the bathroom. His first ever single was titled Temporary and released on SoundCloud. Following this release, he worked with producer Mr. White, who encouraged him to work on his rhymes and flow. He was also introduced to a professional studio setting at this point, leaving his home studio behind. In 2015, A Boogie moved back to New York and created Highbridge the label along with his friends Don Q and QP. Highbridge's first project was a mixtape called The Artist, which blew up. A Boogie was featured in Forbes magazine as part of a list of up-and-coming rappers after artists' release. In July 2016, A Boogie signed a contract with Atlantic Records after recording with Drake. Since then, A Boogie has released 4 albums, each of which garnered widespread acclaim. A Boogie was also recently working on his 5th album and just finished up his Sold Out tour. Living up to its name, the entire tour sold out in under 2 hours. A remix to his song Secrets, featuring Mariah the Scientist, was released as a single from the new album in response to its popularity as a TikTok sound. Our 2 songs from A Boogie with the Hoodie are both featured in the episode of Rapture and are Jungle and Drowning, 2 of his biggest hits at the time the documentary was recorded. That's everything for this week. Get your assignments in and prepare to talk about Blackpink and the history of K-pop next week. Email me if you need anything, and I will see you through the screen in a week's time.